A very good morning, children. How are you all? I hope you're all doing good. But, children, if in case you ever feel a little sick or a little weak, what do you all do? Yes, you all go to hospital. Yes, children, even starting today's class, I would like to narrate a little story for you all. I hope everybody is interested to listen to stories. Yes, so let's quickly get to know the story. Children, there were two friends in a school that is in Hyderabad. You want to know their names? Okay, the two friends' names are Pearl and Sarah. Pearl and Sarah were classmates. They both studied in the same school. And all of this was happening when it was rainy season. And what happens when it is rainy season? There is a sudden outbreak of viral fevers. The same thing happened to them. There were a lot of people who suffered with fever. Both Pearl and Sarah also suffered from fever, children. So what do you all do when you are ill? You'll go to hospitals, right? In the same way, Sarah and Pearl both went to hospitals. When Sarah went to hospital, she was asked to wait. She was given a card and she was asked to wait for a while. Afterwards, the doctors tested her. They took some blood test, some urine test, some x-rays, and they told that it was just a viral fever that affected her. She was given proper treatment. When it comes to Pearl, what happened with her was when she went to the hospital, she was made to stand for hours together. In spite that she was ill, she was asked to wait. And after waiting for 2 to 3 hours, children, she was then permitted to meet the doctor. After meeting doctor, he asked her for some blood test, for some urine test. After 2 days, she got to know that it was viral fever that affected her. But comparatively, it was really the smaller price compared to Sarah. Children, what did we understand here? That there are the same scenarios, but two different things that took place. To the hospital that Sarah went, it was a proper treatment. She was treated right. She was given proper prescriptions. The same thing happened with Pearl. But here, Pearl had to suffer little more than Sarah. Did you all understand what am I even talking about, children? Yes, it is the difference between the public sector and the private healthcare sector that I'm talking about. Today, in today's class, children, let us get to know more about what is public sector and what is private sector. How many of y'all are ready to listen to it, children? Let's get started. Can you look at these pictures, children? Now, this is the situation of public hospital or government hospital. Do you find people having enough space to live in, children? No, you find that people are sleeping in the corridors, people are just given a bed, and people are still lying on chairs and sleeping. Is a proper way to sleep, children? No, but because of lack of infrastructure, they are made to wait like that. This is more or less public health care, children. Now let us look at a different picture. You find this, children. You find that there is spacious rooms, that there are proper beds, and there are proper treatment that is happening. This is the difference between public and private healthcare sector. Like I told, in today's class, we shall learn about health services. Children, when you think of health services, whose responsibility is it, children? Is it ours, or is it the governments who will take care of our needs, children? It is both of us together. Yes, as citizen of a country, we expect government to take care of us, just like how you expect your parents to take care of you, because we live in their house. In the same way, as citizens of Indian country, we expect government to look after our basic needs of its people. We expect them to give us clean drinking water, proper sanitization, and minimum food, education, and health. And children, what happened when they did a research? Using the case study of health, we will examine how far the provisions of the Constitution are being satisfied in our country, and how far is government helping us to prevent and treat illness. Let us first look at the public health service, children. Like the word says, public health services, it is a system of health centers, and these hospitals are run by the government. Here, you find that treatment is provided to all kinds of problems, from common illness, that is from cold, till the severe illness. It treats both of those children, and these are located in both rural and urban areas too. So why is it called as public health service, children? It is called public for many reasons. First, the government, in order to fulfill its commitment to all citizens, it established these hospitals and healthcare centers, children, where government will take care of every expense as much as possible. And the resources that are needed to run these services, and how do you think government will get this, children? It is with the taxes that we pay. And one of the most important aspect that they consider is to provide quality service with either very low cost or free cost. Another important function of health service is to stop the prevention of spread of diseases. There are some services that are provided by the government hospitals, children. Let us look at the hierarchy of it. The first one, it is at village level. You find Asha workers, and you also find Anganwadi centers. Anganwadi centers, it is for the sub centers. We also find at mandal level, you find PHCs, that is primary health centers. And in the divisional level, you find area hospitals. In the district level, we find district hospitals. Let us have a quick self-check exercise, children. At village level, there is a volunteer called as, yes, it is Asha worker. What does PHC stands for? It stands for Primary Health Center. Good job, children. Let us quickly move into the next aspect of today's class. Private health service. In rural areas, we find that we have doctors called as RMP. Have you ever wondered what is RMP, children? It is registered medical practitioner. In urban areas, we find a lot of hospitals with specialized services. Doctors provide specialized service for either your skin or your tongue or your dental service or your eye checkup. What is this? This is specialized health services that doctor take care. And in there, all of it happens in private hospitals and nursing homes. There are many private laboratories, children, that will test your blood, your urine, and it conducts a lot of x-rays and ultrasound. Private medical shops are found almost in every corner of the country. And why is it called as private health center, children? Let us look at it. Private health facilities, it is not owned and controlled by government services, children, but it is financed by the actual cost and profits that we pay. It is what we ask for service and what we pay for. There are some services that are provided by the private sector, children. Private health services provide a lot of services, like I previously told you. It is the health insurance, That is, when medicines get too expensive for some major, that is the chronic diseases, it will give us the health insurance. And because of which we will get qualitative services. You also find some insurance companies in the market that will help and provide insurance to both public and private sectors. Few famous insurance companies such as HDFC, Apollo Monic, and Bharati. These are some well-known insurance companies, children, that will help us in providing insurance when we require some loan. Now, healthcare and equality. In India, we have a situation where private sector hospitals are increasing and public services are not demanded on a large level. But with the present situation, due to the ambulance number 108 and 104, it provides first aid in emergency cases, and because of which people are willing to step forward for the public services. Vehicle number 104, this is a special vehicle, children, wherein it will provide medicines monthly when it visit to the rural areas for health checkups, and it also provides medicines. And the number is 104. Let us have a quick self-check exercise, children. Public health services facilities are not dash and dash by the government. Yes, it is not owned and governed, controlled by the government. The second question: public service at present has changed due to the ambulance service of dash and dash. What are the ambulance numbers, children? Yes, it is 108 and 104. Good job, children. Let us quickly move into the next aspect of today's class. Public health service implementation and private health service implementation. We will now check to see, children, how far is this implemented. Each primary health center, it almost covers a population of 30,000 children with 5 center areas, and for every 4 to 5 health services, there is a community health center, which is a 30-bed hospital, and it has some specialist children. There is something called as Basti Davakana. That is an initiative that was launched by the GHMC, that is Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation in Telangana State of India, in April 2018. And how do you think that private health service is implemented? You find that large companies that runs hospitals, and some are engaged in manufacturing and selling medicines. Medical shops, you find that it is concentrated in the urban areas, and you also find medical shops being available in almost every corner of the country. And what are the effects of public and private health service? First, most of the medical facilities in both private and public sectors are located in the urban areas. When you look at all those medical facilities, children, you mostly find it in the urban areas and not the rural areas. You find the qualified private doctors are mostly in the urban areas, and they prefer staying in the urban areas in spite of rural areas. And the doctors, the availability of doctors in the rural areas seems to be very negligible. They don't prefer being in the rural areas. The Arogya Sri scheme that was started as a medical insurance scheme, especially to those who had white card. This Arogya Sri scheme was very large number. It would treat a large number of illness children, and it includes many private hospitals as providers. increase in ambulance facilities has led to the rise in the hospitals, and because of which emergency medical services assisting patients who require emergency medical assistance at critical moment could reach the hospitals, and thus they would save their lives. Hence, it really played an important role. Concluding, I would like to conclude saying that hospitals play a very important role in shaping the public perception of how a country performs. Since we consider all citizens to be equal, everybody should be given the basic necessities in spite of what the situation might be. There must be much advancement that should happen in the medical science in form of technology, and how they treat the treating procedures must be advanced. And here are some references, some articles that would help you find out more about the public health and private health services children. Let us have quick memory questions, and this covers almost all the topics that we have discussed so far. Quickly try answering to these questions. Remember, recall whatever that we have learned in today's class. First, each primary health care covers a population of, for every dash PHC, there is a community health center. India is the dash largest producer of medicines in the world. Important function of public health is to take action to. The situation in public services at present has changed due to the ambulance services of. Yes, I hope you all have returned the answers, and I hope you all have understood today's topic. That's it for today's class, children. I hope you all understood the class. I hope you will use this knowledge and you will share this information to others. Thank you, children.